Meet Comfort Badmos, a purpose-driven social entrepreneur blazing trails in innovation, creativity, and impact, with a background in nursing science and specializations in midwifery and public health. She took a bold leap into the world of design, with over 7 years of experience as a footwear designer and leather upcycling innovator. She's the founder of BAAMS Creatives, based in Ibadan, Oyo State, and a proud recipient of multiple recognitions, including the African Green Award and Entrepreneur of the Year 2024.
This episode of Chilites podcast, and today I have a very amazing lady with us, an entrepreneur, the founder of BAAMS Creative, Mrs. Comfort Badmos. Welcome, Comfort.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Hello,
Okay, so
everybody.
can you please tell us about your business, BAAMS Creative? What was it all about? And take us to the very beginning, how it all started.
Oh, okay. So thank you first of all for the opportunity to be here and to share a
Yeah.
bit of my story, right? So
Okay.
BAMS actually started. Okay, yeah. So first, my name is Comfort Badmos. I'm a shoemaker and a creative
Okay.
entrepreneur. I'm also a nurse by profession. Yeah. So back to
Oh,
your
wow.
question. Yes, I am. Yeah, so back to your question, BAMS Creative actually started, 2020, but way before that time, it already started unofficially, kind of, right? So I wasn't really doing it as a business, I literally started making shoes and, leather craft right from my age 10, if I can remember vividly. And it was all
Wow.
boys and, it was just literally out of, passion and the need to actually solve a problem at that time. I can remember that then my dad used to buy a lot of shoes. He would literally use his money to buy a lot of shoes. These shoes are actually imported, really. They are imported shoes, but eventually they will not last a few months before
Mm.
it would just pile up those shoes and it won't be able to wear them again. So for me, I just thought that how can we have all these kind of shoes at home and eventually just throw them away. So I started, picking those shoes and I would revamp them, cover them with new fabrics, and just to make it look newer, right? And also to make him, to make the product more durable for him to use. So I think that was my first, experience making shoes or anything that has to do with
At what age was that?
craft. That was
What age?
10,
At what
yes, I
age?
can remember.
Wow.
I was
Wow.
10, yes, at the time. Yeah, so when they literally saw my passion for this craft, that was then 5 years. Yes, I guess 5 years later when I was 15, that was when I learned the shoemaking officially.
Okay, so that was just before you went to the university, right?
Yeah, before I went to the
Okay.
university, yeah, I already
Okay.
learned shoemaking. So fast forward to 2020, that was when I started this business, like shoemaking as a business.
Wow. That's fascinating. That's impressive. So tell us what makes BAM's creative products? What's special about it? Because I know female shoemakers are few, to be honest. Like
Yeah.
it's not yes, the industry for females is not dominated, just a few. I know just a few of you.
Mm.
So what makes yours special? What's that unique thing about BAM's creative products?
Okay, yeah. So first of all, for BAM, one thing
Okay.
for us is quality, right?
Okay.
Remember that I start my journey in the leatherworks industry started from trying to solve a problem for my dad, which was on durable shoes, shoes that are not quality. So that's why for us in BAM, it's highly important for us, like quality product, attention to details,
Mm.
and of course innovative designs. It's not just copying and paste designs, but designs that would literally make customers stand out, in their outfits, right? So, and then finally, for us, what makes us different from other brands or from other, shoemaking brands is the fact that we are big on sustainability a lot. We are big on both environmental sustainability through our business and, of course, the community. So, what I mean by sustainability for us as a business is that we upcycle our leather waste into other fashion accessories rather. So like bracelets, wallets, just to ensure that we have wider product collection at the same time reducing
Okay.
bottle waste for us. I mean leather waste for us.
Okay, so like how many products do you
Yeah,
have? Because I know I've seen leather belts on your page. So how many
yeah.
products do you have aside from the slippers and the shoes and the belts? Do you have any other products?
Okay. So we have leather shoes, bags. We also make bags for men. So but recently we launched a new collection for women. So women bags. Then we also have belts, we have leather bracelets and wallets. So those are pretty much what we are doing currently.
Okay, I think we've already spoken about the importance of quality, and you've already said that you people don't joke with that. So, where do you source your product, your materials from? Because I know you said your dad used to import foreign shoes and they didn't last and
Yeah.
all of that. So, where do you source the materials for BAMS Creative?
Okay, so for us, we actually source all our materials from local markets. So usually here in
Okay,
Ibadan or in Motion, when we want to do bulk, production, so we source them locally.
okay, and they are still of
Yeah.
quality.
Yes,
Oh,
they are
okay,
top quality. They are top quality. We don't export, import rather. We don't import raw materials.
okay. So, how has it been navigating the space as a female entrepreneur? Like, it's a male-dominated industry. So, has there been any challenge or resistance when it comes to you making products and selling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, actually, I mean, it's been a lot, been a lot, especially being a woman
Yeah,
thriving in a male-dominated industry like the
yeah,
leatherworks industry. So, and I can say that first, by God's grace, and at the same time being being strategic, right? Not also thinking
yeah.
of of you being a woman or something, right? So for me, I've never seen
Mm,
myself as the second citizen in this industry. And one thing I believe is that for anyone to thrive in any industry, whether male dominated or women dominated, it's just that you have to know your onions well, and that's what we do. For in BAMS Creatives, we are big on quality, we are big on detailed production, detailed production, everything, such that we deliver excellently, and with all of these things, even customer would even forget if you are a woman or not. So
they
for us,
can.
this has actually helped us to stand tall, really, because we know what we are doing, and I know I can tell it that I know my onions. Of course, there's need for improvement every time, and I don't joke with opportunities, to skill, right? So, and that's just it
Yeah.
for me. Regardless, I don't see myself less, to tread
Oh,
in the
that's nice.
industry.
That's
Yeah.
nice. Has there been any situation? Maybe someone saw your product and the person wanted to
Yeah.
get a product from your brand, like your company, and suddenly he got aware that you are a female. Has there been any? And he was like, "Ah, I'm not sure this person can do this." Has there been any situation like
Yeah.
that?
Yes, there are lots of there are times like that, which is normal, right? And
Yeah.
because they see you, they were expecting they were expecting something different, right? And then you show up as a woman saying that you can deliver what they wanted. So, and for me, there has been times like that. And what I just tell my customers is that I'll show you proof, I'll show you testimonials, I'll even show you people, honorables, high class people that are patronizing us
Yeah.
and are getting our product. So, and with that, we know that, oh, if these people can buy from this lady, then definitely she knows what she's doing and she will deliver. And from my page, I'll send you my catalog to see what we are doing. Right, and will not have to, I won't have to say, oh, I'm getting pictures of products from another place or something. I'll show you my home product for you to
Your
access, and you
own
determine by
product.
yourself. Exactly, you determine by yourself if this person is good enough, to make my shoes. So I mean, and from there, most times we eventually, get the deal. Yeah.
That's nice. So, what's your staff strength? And have you been able to employ or train other women in your organization?
Um. Yes. Yes. Actually, like I said, we started in 2020, and it's been almost 5 years.
Okay.
Have we must in numbers and of course in financial and all of those things. But in my staff strength, currently we have one full-time staff and then one
Okay.
other part-time, right? And then we
Awesome.
have also trained. We have people we train. We have women. We have youth, undergraduates from University of Ibadan, and other people who are other youth in our community who we are training in shoemaking and leather work. So, and over time we have actually trained up to 100 youth in the past
Okay.
3 years.
So,
Yes, we have trained them.
okay.
Yeah, you wanted
Now,
to say something?
when doing a business, yeah, when doing a
Yeah.
business, some people define success as making a lot of money, making a lot of profits, while others define success as being able to impact the life of others through what you do. So, for you, what does success look like? What does success mean to you? Is it by financial growth or by social impact?
Hmm. Yeah, so for me, I'm someone who is
Okay.
big on social impact, really. And I can
Okay.
even say that before I started making shoemaking, I started doing shoemaking as a business. I have even taught like three people. without, like, I've trained people, I've empowered people with my skills.
Wow.
Look,
Wow.
exactly. So it was then when I realized that, oh, I need to put a structure in it, and also I need to start getting proceeds from this my hard work. That's when I started making it
Mhm.
as a business indeed. So for me, I'm big on social impact. Yes, it's important to now ensure that there's financial growth, because
Mm.
if I want to keep doing that social impact, if
You need to have money.
I want to still be in that business. Exactly, money is important, right? So, and that's
Yeah,
why money is what is the driver of anything you want to do, right? So, and for me,
that's
both financial growth and social impact. I mean, I'm so big on that.
yeah, that's true. You're right. On I think I also have the same thoughts with you too. I think financial growth and
Yeah,
social impact, they are both important. You can't do without anyone. They are
yeah.
both important. So, what's the best feedback you've gotten so far from a customer? And also, how do you handle negative criticisms or feedback?
Hmm. Yeah. So, what actually one of the best feedbacks I've gotten from my customers, is
Eh,
is they sending me their testimonials or pictures of them wearing my products after 2 or 3 years later, because it shows that,
Wow,
it just gives a testament that,
quality.
with
Yeah,
comfort, you are doing
yeah,
it right, right, and you
yeah.
can even still do better. Do you understand me? So when I get people's feedback, when I get customers' feedback on what we say we stand for, and we are seeing it coming to life, that gives me a lot of fulfillment, sense of fulfillment for me as a business owner. And then the negative feedbacks I've gotten, yes, and I know as entrepreneurs, as business owners, we must be open to negative criticism. It is normal, because
Mm,
except you don't want to grow in a business, you just want to, keep doing the same thing, being redundant and all over a long period of time. But negative criticism is very important. And for me, I'm very open to people giving me feedback. And when I ask my customers, I'll tell them whether, it can either be positive or negative. It will only help me
yeah.
to serve you better the next time, right? So, and the worst case scenario is that, you give me that feedback, you give me that negative feedback, and you might say you are not patronizing me again. But I will tell you that I will go extra mile to solve that, to solve that thing in my business, to solve that, that challenge, that negative feedback you are giving me, so that other people would not experience the same. So we are just a step ahead when we are solving our negative feedback. So for me, I'm quite open to negative feedback anytime, anything.
That's good. Now,
Yeah.
if you talked about the importance of making profits in a business, as in making money,
Yeah.
but to start a business is not really easy. You need to buy materials, some people need to pay for rent and all that. So, when starting, how are you able to get funds to start? And also, in the process of your business, in the journey of your business, how have you been able to also sustain it with funds?
Okay. So I'll say, when I started my business,
Okay.
I think then I started with, was it 5,000 naira at 2020, and even that
Wow.
5,000 naira was from a customer. So then in 2020, I was working at behind my at my brother's backyard. So that was where I
Oh.
was working, at his kitchen backyard. Yes, so I just put my sewing machine and just that small cubicle area for myself.
Mhm.
So I was just there helping people to just like repair, and I gathered 5K from helping people to repair their shoes. And I
Wow.
started getting orders from friends, from my brother's friend and the people in the compound. And I did not have the machine, I did not have the materials, I did not have the resources. So I just had to go to a shoemaker's shop very close to our environment, to our community then, and I just begged the guy that, oh, guy, please, I want to be using your machine, once in a while, and I'll give you this amount whenever I collect job. So it was literally through partnership and collaboration I started. Now
Okay.
I can think that that was one thing I really leveraged starting my business at the time. But when I needed to scale, I needed to have my own space and start my production fully. So I literally reached out to family and friends. Also, the profit I've made working in other people's shop, I also gathered that to start my own space, to start my own thing, right? So, and then since that time, I think in the past 3 years, yes, we've been getting grants too. Yeah,
Oh,
we've been
wow.
getting grants, yeah, from organizations, getting funding, non-equity funding from organizations and government. So with that, we have been able to scale production and our sales.
Okay, speaking about grants, how were you able to acquire these grants? Because I know there are some business owners that might be listening to this now, this episode, and they'll be like, ah, I also need grants for my business. So tell us, what are some steps that entrepreneurs need to take to be able to access these grants? Do you get these opportunities, and how are you able to also get these grants?
Okay, so talking about grants,
Okay,
one thing you have to know is that your business has to be solving a problem, right? Whether
okay,
for people, planet, or for prosperity, right? Or I mean, for economic empowerment of the community generally. So your business has
yeah,
to be solving a problem, and ensure that it is SDG aligned, Like, if you have to identify, one problem your business rather is solving. So with that, you can pitch this to organization, or there are a lot of funding programs out there that you just need to, that you can get. There are NGOs, there are governments, there are, organizations that literally just do it as CSR for business owners, for small business owners in Nigeria and even across African
Oh,
continent. So literally, and you can also get these opportunities. You can join some communities like MSME Africa. So for me, basically, I get most of these updates on MSME Africa, on Discovery Hub. So these are the places where I get, opportunities, and, just apply for them. Yes,
okay. So
for
when
me, that's
someone
just
types,
how.
okay, when someone types MSME Africa on Google, it can take them to the platform, right?
Yes, yes, it can. And I can also share you, maybe it can be included to the description for this podcast. I can send you the
Okay.
link where people can join.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. That's nice.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
what role has social media and AI played in helping you to grow your business, to interact with customers? Considering the generation that we are in now, we can't do without the internet. So, what role has
Yeah.
social media and AI played so far for you, for your business?
Yeah, so social media is very important, especially in this generation. For me, it has
Okay.
helped me gain visibility and, also
Mm,
create brand awareness for what we are doing in BAAMS Creatives. So I can say that 80% of my customers come from online, right? So social media is
yeah.
helping to build my customer base, and also creating, an awareness for what for my brand. So it's really important for me. And leveraging AI, or, tech in in BAMS, we actually use it for, we leverage AI, for, my financial management, and also,
Oh, great.
we also make use of, yes, we also use, the digital platform for our sales, then e-commerce platform like Jumia. We also sell on that channel too. So really, I mean,
That's
technology is
great.
very important. Yes, so our product is then listed on Jumia. So these platforms actually help us to, also increase our revenue and increase sales.
Visibility.
Yeah,
So, what's one thing that you wish you knew before you started? Like for me, in what I do, I wish I knew more about monetization because I knew that as
yeah,
at the time that I got to 1 million followers, and it just was so organic and so fast on Facebook. And
yeah.
I used to always regret. I had this regret that, oh, I wish I knew so much about what I shouldn't post. That can affect
Mm,
monetization. I would have been more, have more money or something. So, what's that thing that you
yeah.
wish you knew before you started BAMS Creative?
Yeah, so I wish I knew how emotionally tough entrepreneurship is. I
Oh,
wish I knew that it was beyond passion. I wish I knew that
mm,
it was beyond just doing craft, or because for me it was emotionally tough. Remember, I mentioned that I was in school at the time I started. I was studying
yes,
nursing in the University of
yes,
Ibadan, and now coupling that with, business, it was a lot. And
mm,
I really must say, a lot of times when I would just be down, and, I would need to work with, people, people working for me. At the time, I would get disappointment, and I would have to be the one in between customers and, the suppliers, and all of those things. It was really tough for me at the time. So then sometimes I have to be the one to make shoes. Imagine, go to class since morning till evening, not coming back to make shoes.
to
For
make
like one
shoes.
shoe, I might spend day exactly. I might spend, days, a week on making just a pair. But one thing for me was that I was determined. I knew that, no, I'm not starting this thing just for the meantime. I want to build a transgenerational, enterprise from this. So it was emotionally demanding, right? So if I had knew that it would take so much, then I would have prepared better, right? I would have found
Mm,
community. I would have built a strong support system for myself. I would have, built, more like a better, support system. Exactly. That's just the word for myself. So entrepreneurship requires a lot. Require your mental ability, your mental health, everything, literally. So I think if I'm
well,
starting
I
entrepreneurship
can
again, all
understand.
those
It
my
can be really challenging.
okay, exactly, I would be more emotionally prepared. Yeah.
So, what's your vision for BAMS Creative? Like, where do you see your business in the next 5 years?
Okay, so, for BAMS Creative, we, actually, hope to build a house, a household name for BAMS, whereby, we are serving, individuals, who seek
Mhm.
quality and comfortable leather shoes, bags, and accessories. Yes, so we want to build a household name with BAMS Creative in the next 5 years. You know,
Okay, and
within
to
within
achieve
five
that, do
after
you think?
publishing.
Okay, do you think that you might have to do more publicity to be able to achieve that?
Yeah, Yes, actually, you need more publicity to achieve
Yeah,
that, especially
and
in
to be on
Nigeria.
more platforms.
Yes, to be on more platform.
Yeah, because I
Yes.
think you're only on Instagram, right? For social media.
Um, for social media, yeah, on TikTok too. Yes, you're on TikTok. Just the
Okay.
two. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you should still come on Facebook. People are like, I don't want to be on Facebook, but they don't know that a lot of entrepreneurs are making money on Facebook. Let me just give you this expo.
Wow.
Okay, so what advice do you have for young girls or women who want to do something with their hands? Like they want to produce something. It could anything. It could be shoes. It could be skincare. It could be bags. Whatever. But what do you have advice do you have for them, especially those ones that do not have money to start? I remember you spoke about partnership and
Yes.
collaboration. Yeah. So
Yes.
just leave an advice for them and just final words from you. Leave an advice for them.
Okay. So for individuals who want to start their business, I would just say that don't wait until it is perfect, right? Just do it.
Mm,
Do it with the little resources you have right now. And if you don't have any resources, just in case you think you don't have any resources to start with, look for other people who has it, right? Who have those resources and see how you can collaborate with them, see how you can partner with them to achieve, your plans, right? So just do it. It
yeah.
doesn't have to be perfect in the beginning, but on the long run, it will get better and clarity will come for you.
Oh, that's nice. It's also nice speaking with you, and I also learned a lot. I learned mostly about the power of partnership and collaboration. I learned about applying for grants, looking out for opportunities, and not just sitting and waiting
Yeah.
for a friend or your uncle or someone to dash you money. You can actually do something that you can make your business should be serving. You know, it should be serving a purpose. It should be helping people, and also
Yeah.
look out for opportunities. So it was really nice speaking with you. Thank
Thank
you
you so
so
much,
much for being
Ashley.
on this episode. Thank you for
Thank you.
honoring
That's
my
my pleasure.
invitation. Yeah, thank you.